Hey, parents, in light of everything that we've seen over the last few days with the terrible, horrific assassination of Charlie Kirk, I wanted to share with you something as I was talking actually to a law enforcement officer just about the horrific visual of Charlie Kirk being assassinated. He brought up something that I think is really important. He said that in his line of work, he sees all the gore. He sees awful injuries, he sees it all. But he said that we aren't equipped to see those things. And he, as a law enforcement officer, was absolutely shocked and disturbed by what he saw with the Charlie Kirk assassination and how graphic and high def it was. I've talked to friends who also felt the same or have avoided seeing it. So I wanted to just caution you, if you have not spoken with your kids about what is out there and what is accessible, I think it is so important as parents that we don't hide away what they can easily, readily get in their hands and see and put in their little innocent brains and not be able to get out. If you didn't see what I saw and had to see and saw from many different angles, it was one of the most horrific things I've ever seen in my life. And to think of our children, who many of our children loved Charlie Kirk, listened to him, watched him debate. They had him on repeat. I know so many kids who would listen to him while they were studying or drawing or getting ready, and they loved Charlie. For them to see what I saw and have to process that is too much. And just after talking with this law enforcement officer, I think it's very important that we tell our kids what I told mine. There is a video out there that is horrible, that is brutal, that no one should have had to seen involving Charlie's murder. And I don't want you to see it. It's too much to process. And I don't want you getting curious and trying to go look for it. And I don't want it to pop up and for you to be caught off guard and to witness it. And so what I've told my kids is the basics, that he was in Utah, that he was at a college, that he's wearing a white t-shirt that says freedom on it. And, that he was shot in the neck and that it's a terrible, horrible visual that I don't want them to see. The reason why I told them specifics about what he was wearing and where he's sitting underneath a tent in Utah is because I said, if a video pops up where you see Charlie and you think this could be the video, I want you to remember three letters, TRT. If a video starts to pop up and you think this could be the one, I want you to turn immediately. I want you to run. And then I want you to tell me or tell your dad or tell an adult that's with you. And then we'll look and see if it's something that you can watch or if it's not, because I want you to guard your mind. I don't want you, and I'm talking to my kids, I don't want you to put images in your mind that are going to hurt you and that are going to make you think really dark things that I just don't want you to process right now at your age. I have a hard time processing at my age. And I've told them the world is having a really hard time processing this. In addition to that, there was, prior to Charlie Kirk's assassination, another horrific event in North Carolina that I'm sure many of you saw on the train involving the beautiful Ukrainian girl. And that was also extremely graphic, even though once they released the uncut footage, there was a blur over it. But the same thing with my kids. I had to walk them through, hey, this video is out there. Now, here's an important point. My kids are not allowed on devices. They don't have iPhones, but friends do. And there are so many situations where a friend can pull something up and unknowingly show my kids something that in my household, the way that we parent, my kids would never see. And so I wanted them to be informed going into those potential situations, or even if they're searching out a Charlie Kirk video because they want to see him debate like they always have. I don't want them to unknowingly end up in a situation where they're going to put something in their minds that could really devastate them and cause a lot of trauma. So I would encourage you to have that same conversation with your kids, and then to make something light in a way that's healing to walk through this horrible situation with your kids. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but there is a call to action for families right now that we will be taking part in. And I think it's so sweet. When Erica Kirk spoke of her beloved Charlie the other day, she talked about how when her 3-year-old ran in and welcomed her home, she said, "Where's daddy?" And Erica said, "What do you say to a 3-year-old?" And she told her beautiful 3-year-old daughter, "Daddy is on a work mission with Jesus because he needs to keep up the blueberry expense for you." And so in honor of that, what we're going to do and what many families across America are doing is they're going to go get some blueberry bushes to plant. And that's a way to honor Charlie's legacy. Apparently, his daughter loved blueberries. And so I think it's a sweet way to process grief in a way that you get your hands in dirt, you get away from screens, you get outside with your kids. And what I've learned in parenting over the last decade plus is sometimes those are the opportunities where your kids will talk. It's not anything planned and rehearsed. It's a way that you're in nature, you're touching dirt, you're away from screens, you're out in the open, and kids just feel a freedom to talk. So I think this would be a great way to create a place where you may be able to process. And even if they don't bring anything up and it's just a day of getting their hands dirty and planting some blueberry bushes, I also plan with my kids to get some rocks that they can decorate. And I want them, because they love Charlie, to write down some words that they remember from Charlie or things that he championed that they want to carry on in their lives: liberty, truth, justice, Christian values, things that they think. I want them to think through, what did you learn from Charlie? And then we're going to put those little rocks around the blueberry bushes, again, as a way to process this trauma, which our kids have absolutely lived through, and then to create something beautiful and life-giving out of it. So if you're in, go grab some blueberry bushes. Make sure you grab two, because I learned that you need two blueberry bushes to cross-pollinate. Otherwise, you don't get any blueberries. I learned the hard way a decade ago. And I hope this is helpful just to first safeguard your children's very precious, very simple minds from things that are extremely traumatic, even for adults, and then also to help process through all this.